Back in 2002, 12 kids between the ages of 4 and 14 were removed from their parents' homes after investigators uncovered a child pornography ring they nicknamed the Spanking Club. Members of the group had filmed themselves spanking their own children with paddles, canes, and other implements, and then exchanged footage of the beatings between members of the group. The first break in the case happened in 2000, when Canadian law enforcement intercepted a video that had been mailed to an assistant school principal named David Wodsworth. Put a pin in the fact that Wodsworth was an assistant school principal. Other members of the group included an elementary school teacher in Alabama, put a pin in it, and a Sunday school teacher in Illinois, put a pin in it. In the words of a 2002 Chicago Tribune article by reporter Naftali Ben-David, one tape showed a father, quote, administering repeated spankings to 4 naked children who cried out in pain during the prolonged beatings. Another article at the time by Rebecca Carr noted, quote, this case stands out because the films do not show adults having sex with children. Rather, they show children being beaten and spanked. Spankings? Naked kids? Content that most people don't immediately recognize as sexual? Sounds a lot like the agenda from the Family Pro-Spank workshop, doesn't it? According to the Chicago Tribune article, officials, quote, do not believe there will be many other such cases because the group revolved around a relatively rare fetish. Thank you guys for watching my last video and for giving this issue the attention and concern it deserves. Apparently, lots of you reported Family Pro-Spank Workshop to Facebook, which I really appreciate. I can no other answer make, but thanks. I just wanted to make a follow-up video to update you guys on what has happened in the past week. First, some good news. Family Pro-Spank Workshop is gone. But don't get too excited. Facebook didn't remove it, so they don't deserve any credit here. And honestly, I don't deserve credit either. To the best of my knowledge, here's what happened. Apparently, someone who watched my first video got upset and decided to take matters into his own hands. He contacted the Family Pro-Spank Workshop organizer directly, and I'm told, persuaded him to cancel the event, take the group down, and never attempt to organize a workshop like it ever again. I only learned about this after the fact. Like I said in the first video, when predators lose one platform, they often just find another. That's why we need widespread legal and cultural change here. But the fact that this specific event has been called off, for now at least, and the fact that its most recent forum has been disbanded, for now at least, is, in my opinion, a good thing. But I do want to emphasize the fact that this problem is much bigger than just one man or one group. Let's take a look at some of the other predatory and exploitative child abuse groups that still exist on Facebook right now. First up is a group called Moms for Discipline. One activist sent me a screenshot of an alarming exchange in the group's discussion thread. I've edited the screenshot to blur out the child in this photo, but here, take a look. As you can see, it's a picture of an adult assaulting a little girl. In the comments, the woman who originally posted this photo writes, quote, I have some other pics of this same spanking, but I can't really post publicly. When other members of the group expressed interest in seeing those other pictures, she promises to send them privately. They're using this group to swap footage of child beatings. Is anyone else getting a distinct 2002 spanking club vibe, or is it just obvious? Here's another group. It's called Parents in Favor of Spanking, and it claims in the group description to be, quote, not about adult content, comma, fetishes. But they're not even trying that hard to hide it. Just look at the avatar of one of the group moderators. Other photos on that same moderator's profile page include this, and this. My point is, fetishistic child exploitation groups like the one that was shut down back in 2002 still exist. They've just relocated to Facebook. And so far, Facebook is doing nothing to stop this. If you're feeling discouraged, you're not alone. I often feel discouraged too. Before I wrap things up, let's revisit those pins I marked before. Several of the people who were arrested in 2002 for involvement in that so-called spanking club had jobs working with children. Not surprisingly, in jobs that allowed them to have a disciplinary role. There was an assistant school principal, a Sunday school teacher, and an elementary school teacher. I also know from the time I've spent researching these videos that many members of these fetishistic child spanking Facebook groups also have jobs working with kids. My point is, Facebook isn't the only place where predatory repressed spanking fetishists can exploit real children for sexual gratification. After I filmed this video, I found an article from the October 31st, 2000 issue of the Gazette by reporter Karen Seidman, which confirms that David Wodsworth, one of the predators who was arrested for his affiliation with a so-called spanking club, did spank students in his capacity as assistant school principal. So my suspicions, I am sorry to say, were dead on. Don't forget, 19 American states permit teachers and principals to spank children in public schools, and 48 states permit it in private schools. Like I said, this is going to be a long fight. We're talking about widespread legal and cultural change here. But I want to close on another optimistic note, so here's one more piece of good news. After I posted that last video, a child sexual abuse prevention organization called the Prostasia Foundation reached out to me. Together, we're writing an open letter calling on Facebook to change its community standards and stop tolerating child abuse groups like the one I've described in these last two videos. Facebook has the opportunity to do the right thing, and I really hope they will. Thank you guys so much for your feedback, concern, and support. Hopefully, I'll have even better news to share with you guys soon.